children. Now this is 6th class social studies children. We are in the 8th lesson. What is that 8th lesson? Kingdoms and empires. What is that? Kingdoms and empires. So in the previous classes also I said about what are the kingdoms are they, how ruled the kingdom, who are the kings, etc. For example, I said about Mauryan Empire. Ashoka was the greatest one in Mauryan kings. Next one, I said about Guptas. Samudragupta was important one in that. Next one, I said we are in the lesson. I said about Satavahanas. What is that? Satavahanas. So children, Satavahanas established their kingdom around Deccan Plateau area. So we know what is the Deccan Plateau area in the Indian map. We know children, Deccan Plateau area means Andhra Pradesh, Karnataka, Tamil Nadu, okay children, Maharashtra some part. So this area is called Deccan Plateau area. Okay, so Satavahanas established their kingdom mainly between two rivers. What are the two rivers children? What are the two rivers? I want to show you a small picture here. Look at, if it is our India, if it is our India, look at, this is Narmada river. Okay children, so this is Krishna Godavari river. Okay, so between these area they established Satavahana kingdom. Okay children, what are that? Narmada river, Krishna Godavari basin area. I wrote here, Narmada river, Krishna Godavari basin area. So what is the capital of Satavahana? Dharani Kota, Dhanya Kataka. What is that? Dhanya Kataka. Where Dhanya Kataka? Near Amaravati. Here. Look children. So this is Dharani Kota. Okay children? This is Dharani Kota. Where Dharani Kota locates at present? Near Amaravati. Do you know children Amaravati? So after bifurcation of our state, our former chief minister Mr. Chandrababu Naidu announced our state capital is Amaravati. Okay, it is very near to our Vijayawada city, Amaravati, at the bank of river Krishna. Okay, now this Amaravati in Guntur district children. Guntur district is one of the district of our Andhra Pradesh. Okay, so Dharani Kota was their capital. Whose capital? Dharani Kota? Satavahana's capital. Okay children, so who are the important persons or leaders or kings of Satavahana kingdom? I wrote here Gautami Putra Satakarni. What is his name? Gautami Putra Satakarni. So Gautami Putra Satakarni was very famous one. He defeated some kingdoms. What are the kingdoms he defeated? Sakas. He defeated Sakas. Next one, Yavanas. He defeated Yavanas. And Pallavas. Okay. So he defeated these all Pallavas. Okay children. These three small kingdoms and he occupied these lands also. That means he extended his kingdom a vast one. Who? Gautami Putra Satakarni. Here children look at this area. This is Bay of Bengal, Arabian Sea. This is Indian Ocean. This is Bay of Bengal. So he occupied these all lands between three seas. Between three seas. So that is why he is also known as Trisamudra Dhiswara. Trisamudra Dhiswara. What his title? Gautami Putra Satakarna title Trisamudriswara. Why? Because he defeated between the land of three seas. Okay, among the land of three seas. Look at this is sea, this is sea, this is sea. Okay, so this is the land. So he conquered his all land. So that's why he named as Trisamudriswara. Okay, children. Who? Gautami Putra Satakarni. Next, children, if we observe the coins of the Satavahana kingdom's time, we can find upon the coins ship coins, the ship coins. Okay, so when we see the coins and observe the ships upon the coins, what we understood here, they have a great authority over seas. Okay, here, okay, Arabian Sea, Bay of Bengal, and Indian Ocean. So these are all surrounding places. They have a power over these all seas. Okay, next one, they are dealing with Roman Empire. Where Roman Empire? Roman Empire is one of the great kingdom in those days, like our South Indian kingdoms. Okay, children. So they are dealing from Roman Empire to our country, Andhra area. Okay. So that is also we can understood if you see the coins of their times of Satavahana. Okay, children. Maybe they are gold coins. Okay. Next one, they encouraged and followed Buddhism and Hinduism. What are that? Buddhism and Hinduism. Okay. Next, children, we know Nagarjunakonda and Amaravati. Okay, children. So if you go to Nagarjunakonda and Amaravati area, you can find one museum in Amaravati and also in Nagarjunakonda. In that museum, some statues are there. Okay, some pots are there. Okay, some inscription tables are there. So if you see and observe that all things, we can understood they patronized Hinduism and also Buddhism. Okay, children, many statues are found in that area. So the archaeologists excavated and they kept in that museum. Okay, children. So if you go to Amaravati area and Nagarjunakonda area, you must visit the Amaravati Museum and Nagarjunakonda Museum. Where is Nagarjunakonda at present? Children, do you know Nagarjuna Sagar project? Nagarjuna Sagar project. Now it is in Nalgonda. Okay, it is one of the big project. Okay, so in that area we can find this Buddhism information and Hinduism information, which is patronized by Satavahana kings. Among them, Satavahana kings, who is the famous one, Gautami Putra Satakarni. Okay, children. Next, children, we know Acharya Nagarjuna. What is his name? Acharya Nagarjuna. So he was famous Acharya on those days. So he lived in the time of Satavahanas. Okay, children. Next one, Ikshvakas. What is the next kingdom, children? Ikshvaka. We discussed about Satavahana kings. Okay. Next to, after fall of Satavahanas, another kingdom came and developed some area. That kingdom is called Ikshvakas. What is that kingdom? Ikshvaka. So they ruled from Vijaypuri. What is that? Vijaypuri. So Vijaypuri is at Nagarjuna Sagar project area. Okay. So we can find Nagarjunakonda also in Vijaypuri. Okay, children. So their capital, Ikshvaka's capital is Vijaypuri. They are ruling after fall of Satavahanas in our South India. Okay, children. Next one, we know Nagarjunakonda. So in that Nagarjunakonda, the Ikshvakas women, they donated many amount for the development of Nagarjunakonda. Okay, so I visited, children, Nagarjunakonda and also Amaravati. So I went to many times to Amaravati and visited Amaravati Museum, children. So I saw what are the statues of Buddha. Okay, next to some tables. Okay, inscriptions, the tools and weapons. Okay, even animals also, flowers, animals, etc. That all statues are kept in the Nagarjuna Sagar project area museum and also here Amaravati Museum, children. Okay, Next to children, these Ikshvakas, they extended their kingdom. How they extended their kingdom? They married with other clans. So when they married with other people, they occupied slowly the other lands also. So in this way, they are continuing the relation with other clans. So when the people are married, these people, they develop their clan, etc. Okay, children? So in this way, they develop their kingdom. Actually, they said they are the ancestors or they belong to Rama. So do you know Rama, children? Rama is our India, one of the king. Next to from Ramayana. So if you read Ramayana, we can find Rama, Sita, Lakshmana, etc. Okay, children? So Ramayana. In the Ramayana, it is one of the great book. So in this Ramayana, we can find Rama, Sita, Lakshmana, etc. So Rama obeyed his father and he went to the wilderness some years. After 14 years, he came back to his kingdom and he want to occupy the throne. Okay. So here Ikshvakas, they said they belongs to Rama. Okay, children. Next one. After Ikshvaka, another kingdom came, that is Pallava. What is that kingdom? Pallavas. So here Pallavas ruled between 300 EC to 900 CE to 900 CE. Okay, children. So they ruled from Kanchipuram, children. So Kanchipuram is the capital of Pallavas. Where Kanchipuram? Now it is in Tamil Nadu. Okay, children. So they developed their kingdom. River Krishna basin surrounding place, children. River Krishna basin surrounding places. Next one. And also South Andhra Pradesh, North Tamil Nadu. So this is the Pallavas kingdom, children. South part of Andhra Pradesh, north part of Tamil Nadu. So this is the kingdom of Pallavas. So they ruled 300 CE to 900 CE. Their capital is Kanchipuram. Next one, they have a rich contribution to architecture in South India. Rich contribution of architecture. That means they build many buildings. Buildings means here temples. Okay. Next, rock cut temples are famous, children. Next, stone built temple also very famous at the time of Pallavas. Next one, among Pallavas, a famous man is this man. What is his name? Mahendravarman I. So he encouraged art and architecture in his time. Art and architecture. Next one, they developed Dravidian architecture. Okay, it is also known as Mahendra style. What is the architecture? Dravidian architecture. It is also known as Mahendra style. Okay, children. Now I want to show you some pictures in this lesson, children. What are the pictures, etc. Look at, children. Examples of Pallava architecture. I said about architecture. So Mahendra style of architecture I said. So this is the Mahendra style of architecture. Look, children. Next to rock cut temple. Monolithic architecture. Pancha Pandava Radhas. Look, children, Pancha Pandava Radhas. They also created by Pallavas, children. Next, children, look at this one. Stone built temple. This is stone built temple, children. Rajasimha style of architecture. What is that? Rajasimha style of architecture. So this is Rajasimha style of architecture. This is Pancha Pandavas, that means monolithic architecture. This is Mahendra style of architecture. So here we can see three styles of architecture at the time of Pallavas. Okay, children. So this is our lesson. I shall continue the remaining part in the next class. Thank you.